Hello, beautiful souls and healing warriors. Samantha here. I was settling down to bed, clearly, and Spirit said, make a video. So, this video is really about what I've been vulnerably shedding the last few days. And I had a talk with Maria, my soul sister, today. An aha moment was revealed to me because she was going through the similar energy shift and emotions in June. Now, before I get into that, the reason for this video is the word spiritual warfare. When I was driving from the Cape to home, it was buzzing through my mind, and I was thinking about all the different ways that fair is in English and how messed up the English language is. But spiritual warfare, when you look it up, there's 1,000 different definitions. It gives you all these biblical references. It's just talking about demonic things. Like, you can go down a rabbit hole, and one day maybe I'll make a video about that rabbit hole. But the real spiritual warfare is the one that you have within yourself. Trying to find the fairness, trying to find the balance within your spiritual awakening. Now, we're all spiritual beings living a human adventure. We're in this skin suit, right? We have bones, we have everything. But we are all spiritual beings. Depending on how we want to see ourselves, we can agree with that or not, right? Well, in war, we can come from love, or we can come from hate. We can come from vengeance, we can come from peace. There's all these different terms and emotions that come within war. Spiritual warfare was flying through me from my guides, because the more we allow ourselves to reflect by pausing in moments of, like, why am I feeling this way? Like, why is this coming up? Or why am I angry? Why am I sad? The more we pause and allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling and don't push past them, and then express them outwardly and don't give a fuck who's around. I always make sure that someone safe that I trust is around if I'm going to express it outwardly, or I'm going to go sit in my car, I'm going to go take a walk, because my shit should not be projected on anybody else. Because we live in a world that's very 3D and lower, and there's a lot of people, the entire world's going through an ascension process because Earth's going through an ascension process. So when we are tapping into our emotions and we're becoming aware of how we're feeling, we want to make sure that we're not projecting that onto people that don't understand that level of awareness, okay? So spiritual warfare is that conflict that you struggle with, or I don't even want to say struggle, but most struggle back and forth with, of like, should I be feeling this, should not be feeling this, should I be doing this, should not be doing this, why do I feel this way, maybe I should be afraid of this, maybe I shouldn't. And it causing conflict and dis-ease inside of your body. Anything that causes a disbalance, new word, misalignment or dis-ease within your body is ego-driven. And I've come to learn that immensely. And I was having an aha moment today with my business partner, Maria, my soul sister, when I was telling her about how wonderful my partner is, Kevin. Because I woke up, and yesterday, so I've been doing this challenge to get $500 back. And I realized that I put my body through an intense shock, but I feel physically better than I've probably ever felt in my entire life, and I just turned 35. Woo woo! And I'm loving my body more. I'm embracing everything. Like, oh, I love it. And I just love how I feel. And I got all up in my shit yesterday, realizing I'm not going to get to that goal weight of losing 10% of my body fat in the amount of time, because I am not taking stimulants like I used to. I am not starving myself. I'm not taking diuretics. I'm not taking laxatives. I'm literally shocking my body, and I'm growing and learning about myself. So I was all up in my shit. Sad. Parts of me thought I was failing. Other parts of me like, no, look how great we feel. Other parts of me, who were the loudest, got into this financial crisis of like, we need that money or we're failures. And that part was so freaking loud that I'm like, I have money coming in. Since I left the nursing field, I have made the same amount of money every month that I was as a nurse. Yeah, I don't have 401k. I get free health insurance. But I am happy. I make my own schedule. I'm listening to my body. I'm able to show up fully for each client. I'm able to show up for people in my life. I'm able to show up for my damn self. So I'm like, why am I getting so aggravated? And I was telling Maria about this today. How yesterday I was all up in my shit. Having this epiphany that, my higher self knew. Yeah, we're going to give you a challenge to challenge you to see if you can put your body through enough stress, to enough misalignment to get that money back. Because do you value money more than yourself? No. Why did I just start stressing about money? Because parts of me were worried about money because 1 year ago, on my birthday, people were posting that I work with how the jab was going to be mandated. And I knew on my birthday I was going to lose my job because I was not aligned and my body was already physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually rejecting the jab. So I knew I need to now prepare for a financial crisis. What do I do? So I went into a fear yet protective mode. A lot of parts of me fragmented. Literally 1 year ago. Those parts started speaking up yesterday. It's been 1 year. Proof that time is an illusion. I have not been afraid of money since leaving my job, even though I had no idea where the frig my money was coming from. Every day, every month, every week, whatever. I trusted and I trusted and I trusted. And all of a sudden I can't lose 10% of my body weight to get an investment back. So I'm pissed at myself? No. A timeline dropped. I literally just healed a timeline trauma, a little ancestral wound around money over self-love. And it hit me hard. It hit me hard. And I didn't realize that till talking to Maria and then expressing to Kevin today how maybe I shouldn't do this fair because we're going to have to spend this money on the hotel. It's going to cost this much in gas. What if I don't make that much money? What if blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you show up. You tell people all the time, show up. You always tell me to show up. And you wanted to do this. You love doing it. So show up. Make it work like you always say. Make it work. Get out of your shit. And I realized I was in a pride, ego, scarcity mindset. I was in a spiritual warfare with myself. I love myself. I love what I do. I haven't been worried about money, hands down, since leaving nursing. While being this unknown. So why now, when I'm literally having money, seeing money coming in, am I scared of money? Oh, because I'm worried about the future, which is exactly what I was 1 year ago. That is timelines dropping and shifting. And spiritual warfare, the main definition is when you surrender to Jesus being your Savior. Surrender to a God. Surrender to spirituality. It causes a war within yourself because everything that we have been raised to believe has caused a conflict with the belief that God is separate from us and that we can't save ourselves. That is the true definition of spiritual warfare. And in June was a year since Maria left her job where she was making even more money than I was as a nurse. And that's when she started having her affairs come up around financial stuff. So it's showing that we keep trusting, we keep working through these wars that our spirit is having, because our spirit is full of little fragmented parts of our trauma, yet our bliss, yet our joy, our magic. When we can reflect and pause and allow ourselves to feel those moments of war, find our connection to source within those moments and realize, dude, I am freaking out, I am judging myself, I'm going against everything that I preach. I'm in an ego-driven energy. This is not source. This is not love. This is not trust. This is not abundant. And spiritual warfare is when your spirit, you align it, you work with it, you find what brings you joy. And time goes by where you realize, oh my God, I've actually been in a sense of joy, even though a lot of shit's been happening and a lot of growth. I've been in a sense of joy for 9 months now? Something needs to go wrong. Like, I'm gonna fail. I'm worried about the future that doesn't even exist yet. Like, the only thing about the future that exists is my emotion towards the future. When we live in the present moment, the money comes, the energy comes, the tribe comes, everything comes. 1 year ago, Maria and I were both nervous about finances. But we followed our heart, and we feel better than we've ever felt. We are literally warriors in the spiritual war. We are finding the fairness. We are finding the balance in love versus judgment. We are finding the balance in human and source. We are finding the understanding, the gratitude, the humility of really embodying living in spirit as in source and living in human. This journey of awakening and ascension is not easy. There's not one layer. There's 1,000 layers because we've had many lives. There's many dimensions, many earths. The more we just allow ourselves to pause, reflect, breathe, talk to trusted sources. It's why Maria and I always recommend getting a coach, whether it be me, her, or someone else that's does their shit and like really is coming from the heart. The more balance you can find quicker, the more understanding you'll find. I'm running out of time because I have too much stuff on my phone. Because I'm in a spiritual warfare with my data. But I love you. You got this. Timelines drop and it's all energy. So love yourself harder on days where there's chaos and a lot of mumbo jumbo up in here. You're a beautiful, divine human. That's a spirit living a human journey. I love you and have a beautiful night or day or evening, wherever. Bye.